Today, it only takes a cell phone to share the beauty of Jackson, New Hampshire through social media. Leslie Shoemaker, president of the Jackson Historical Society, takes us back to a time when posting a pic required a nail, a canvas, and a paintbrush.
In the mid-1800s, artists started coming to Jackson because it was already known for its lovely scenery. And at the end of the season, they go back to their studios in Boston or New York, and people would see these paintings. And that really spurred the first people to come up here. Tourism became the main economic engine of the town, and it still is.
Call them the original influencers.
Sat down here by the old town countryside.
All the grand hotels would have a resident artist who would paint paintings of the local scenes and sell them to the patrons. And one artist, Frank Shapley, moved to Jackson, and he actually built a home right across the street. And he painted prolifically.
These paintings are a window into an earlier time, but as local students gathered recently at the Historical Society event to sing an original song about Jackson, it is a reminder that the grand beauty of this region is timeless.
Just cross the covered bridge.
A walk through the woods of Jackson could put you face to face with a moose, a bear, or Melanie Barash Levitt.
I paint outside, which is known as plein air painting. Even in the winter, I put my snow pants on and layers and hand warmers, and actually also teach those classes.
Melanie is the owner of Jackson Art Studio and Gallery, which regularly features her work along with other local artists who find inspiration in the outdoors.
We have paintings of the mountains and the rivers and skiing. People are really loving the skiing paintings right now.
Melanie says the hardest part of painting outside is dealing with the elements, but believes the effort yields results on the canvas.
When you're outside, you can see light and color clearly. And you get to take in everything around you. So it's really, to me, much better than being inside.
You're sitting on arguably Jackson's most famous dining room porch. Back in the 40s and 50s, the Wildcat was it. It's one of the original restaurants in Jackson Village.
Today, the Wildcat Inn and Tavern still maintains much of its mid-20th century charm, largely due to the vision of current owner Stuart Dunlap.
We've restored this to how it would have looked in the 30s and 40s. We've got customers who are in their 80s now, who first came here when they were 12. It's just kind of a place where everybody knows who you are, knows your name.
This place has an eclectic look going on. You have the ski lift. Where does this stuff come from?
My mom is an antique dealer, so I grew up collecting old things. We have people who stay here who will literally call up at 11 o'clock at night. They've never seen a steam radiator before. And they're like, there's this thing hissing in the corner. What is it?
If the decor is a little bit country, the entertainment is a little bit rock and roll, especially on Tuesday nights.
Hoot Night epitomizes everything that goes on in the tavern.
So what is Hoot Night?
Probably the longest running open mic night in New England, I would guess, going on over 50 years now.
Hey, we got Boston Chronicle here tonight, guys. Make some noise for Boston Chronicle.
In its half-century run, Hoot Night has become a local institution, thriving in part due to the talent of longtime host John Sardi.
Well, I've been hosting it for almost 20 years.
And what kind of talent are we seeing coming through here?
We have people that are professional and really good, and they come in, and then we have people who are amateurs just starting out. Sometimes we all play together.
What's your go-to?
Go-to song? My fingers are a little cold, but yeah, so, you know, it's... I hear that train a-comin', rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when.
Woo! Give this man a mic! I love it.
It's gotten me out of a lot of trouble.
So this is a main streets and back roads. So do you know On the Road Again?
I do, yeah. Sure. Willie, you know.
Come on, John.
On the road again.
Like any great host, John knows Hoot Night is not about him. It's a chance for this entire community to come together, celebrate each other, and inevitably take to the dance floor.
On the road again?
Yes. Actually, here we say
And back to the Jackson Historical Society. That building's undergoing a major renovation, right? It was moved to protect it from future flooding, which occurred back in 2024.
Some of the new improvements will include an elevator, running water, and an indoor bathroom, the first in 150 years. So I think it's time.
The right kind of running water they're going to have in the future. Still ahead.